should you choose to accept the gods, I hope that you temper your faith with skepticism.
Boudica sees this as a test. One word destined to fail. Aethys has a point. They really do need to prove why they should hold so much power. Yep.
Boudica is entitled to her opinion. If the intent of this test is to justify an uprising to come, that is more worrisome. The other gods must decide for themselves if mortals are ready to dictate their future. Should Boudica's tyranny prove the only alternative, mortals must prepare for a terrible conflict. Your perspective bridges eternity, Watcher. Many will look to you to mediate differences that could shake the very foundations of Aora.
You've had been elated to do this. Why now?
For several reasons. My strength was diminished after the Godhammer bomb, and assuming this form took incredible effort. With so many vying for control of the Deadfire, I also saw a ripe opportunity for mortals to cast aside their differences and stand together as one. They have never been more powerful, more capable. Because of this, the gods must justify their importance or be proven obsolete.
I haven't forgiven you for
I
Cadnua.
apologize, Watcher. There is nothing I can do to restore the glory of your hard-won and poorly situated estate. What happened to Cadnua was not personal in nature. I would have occupied the statue even if it was buried beneath Defiance Bay. Given your perseverance, I know that a second home cannot be distant in your future. You have only to seek it out.
That's all? What happens
I
next?
must attend to my final work now. I cannot delay any longer. You have carried a heavy burden across the Deadfire, Watcher. Before I go, I would rid you of it.
No sooner have Aethys' words entered your mind than you hear one final dissonant ring of the chime within you, then silence. The knot that formed when the Pallid Knight first addressed you in the Beyond is now gone.
You are free now, as free as any of us can be. Many will come to you for help in the years ahead. Animancers, priests, even the gods themselves. I have great hope for you, but always remember that your future is for you to decide. Use your freedom well.
Aethys squares himself to the machine. As you move to a safe distance, he draws his fist back and resumes his assault. The blows rain down with increased fervor, but the machine perseveres in spite of his efforts. Spreading his arms wide, Aethys draws power from the luminous Audra clustered around the valley. The energy courses through his body, limbs overflowing with intense light and waves of heat. He returns to his task, each strike bringing with it the sound of cracking stone and twisting metal, the flickering of luminous Audra across Ukaizo. As the ancient machine finally begins to succumb to his strength, so too does Aethys' body. Built cracks appear along the hands, then race up the arms. Aethys does not slow his assault, but continues unabated. Its brass rings twisted. The machine spins erratically but withstands the relentless barrage. Aethys stands astride it and pummels the base of the machine. Soul energy begins to flare out from the machine's heart, warping the air with the intense heat. Aethys drives his right fist into the machine's center, the core of metal and Audra. The god lets out a deafening shout, something between a cry of anguish and a roar of exultation. You see Aethys' arm shatter upward from his hand through his elbow. A flash of light and heat bursts from the core, accompanied by a cacophony of destruction. The moment passes as Aethys' shout echoes throughout the valley. Your eyes begin to recover. The god's work is accomplished. The great machine of Ukaizo has been destroyed. The wheel has been unmade. As Aethys' voice fades, the enormity of what you've accomplished sinks in. You have confronted a god. You have rediscovered the ancient city where the wheel was forged, and you have seen the wheel shattered. What comes next is uncertain, but already the legend spreads of the Watcher, who survived Andra's mortar and stood toe-to-toe with Aethys. Maras Nua's body finally goes still amidst the rubble of the Angwithan machines, yet it continues to glow. Priests and mystics have strange dreams of an island of eternal dawn at the eye of a storm, a port where the tide never flows out, a roadside tavern whose door leads only inward. As a watcher, you see what these dreamers cannot. The souls of the departed drifting toward the Audra Colossus and the twilit afterlife within. Whether it is a temporary haven or a permanent end will depend on what the Kith of Aora are able to accomplish on their own. And while Maras Nua stands frozen over Ukaizo, the gods look on the labors of Kith, but they do not intervene. They watch and argue, wager and conjecture at how or whether mortals will solve the puzzle set before them. In reaching Ukaizo and facing Aethys, you have accomplished the impossible. And you have done it without the assistance of the great powers of Deadfire. Your feats capture the awe and imagination of a world that needs heroes more than ever. Some say your intervention prevented Aethys from a far worse act of destruction. Many believe you will be the salvation of Aora.
Oh.
With each day, your legend grows, as does the chaos in Deadfire. Ukaizo remains unclaimed, and the Efekia Channel becomes the site of a near-constant battle as the Huana and the Rawatayans vie for control of the unprotected island. The Rawatayans rely on their cannons, and the Huana call forth massive waves and beasts of the deep to sink their foes. And while they chip away at one another, the Valians and the Principi pursue their own ends with increasing abandon. Emboldened by their rivals' distraction, the Valian Trading Company seizes territory and mines luminous Audra at a startling pace. Huana villages are left at the mercy of unscrupulous speculators, and resource-rich islands are swarmed and stripped. To support their operations, the Valian Trading Company begins shipping ever greater quantities of supplies and luminous Audra to and from the archipelago. This attracts the attention of the Principi, who target these ships with increasing aggression. The promise of fat prizes draws even more pirates to their ranks. The Rawatayans, as well as the Huana, are too busy to stop them. The mysterious deaths of Governor Clario and Storm Speaker Ikawa provoke hostilities between the Valian settlers and the Huawan residents. What starts with angry words escalates to retaliatory killings as each side blames the other. By the time anyone bothers to question the strange coincidences surrounding their deaths, including reports of a cloaked Omawi woman seen in both the port and the village, both sides have gone too far to turn back. As the balance of power changes in Deadfire, so too does Nekataka transform. With the major powers at one another's throats, Nekataka becomes a maelstrom of chaos. Spies and smugglers follow the flow of refugees into the city, where violence is commonplace. Ukaizo remains the coveted prize, and Nekataka fades into an afterthought. The Kahanga leadership takes responsibility for the welfare of the Raparu, and the Gullet starts to improve. What was once a den of crime, poverty, and illness slowly becomes a quiet haven for the Raparu.
That's a bit contradictory from what will happen in the last scene.
The loss of Skiariliphus' essence weakens the Water Shapers Guild. Their power wanes and their influence fades. The art of water shaping survives as an arcane curiosity. Your brief encounter with Letharn proves deeply influential for the children of the Dawnstars. He comes to recognize his nightmares and the scene at Hisongo as Aethys' final warning to his people. Unite in strength and faith, or perish forever. As word of Aethys' deeds at Ukaizo spreads, his fellow Dawnstars take this message to heart. The children of the Dawnstars respond to Aethys' sacrifice by taking up the lanterns and sickles of the Harvesters of Gone. They become pilgrims of essence, gathering souls across Aora and ferrying them to the haven within the Audra Colossus. Others will repair or rebuild the wheel one day. In the meantime, the Dawnstars will care for the souls of the dead. Ruanu, the chieftain of the Huana at Tikawara, dies mysteriously. The tribe finds his body washed up on the same beach where Anaharu challenged him to the trial of waves. Some blame Anaharu's vengeful spirit. Others see it as Ngati's final judgment. And a few speak of a strange man seen lingering in the village. The leaderless tribe eventually scatters. Some head to Nekataka, while others seek out the Wahaki. Ships continue to disappear at the southeastern fringe of the archipelago, and stories circulate of a colony of vampires and gulls preying on their crews. The dragon, Neraskirlas, no longer passes between Aora and the White Void, and the dead flow slowly breaks apart, exposing the temple long frozen within. Under Halfjorn's guidance, the Harbingers of Dusk resettle within Remergon's temple, vowing to forever protect it from the defiling touch of outsiders. Over time, the group becomes increasingly reclusive and fanatical, attacking any who dare approach their holy site. Having vowed to enact Remergon's will as his Dusk Speaker, you find the god of decay and disaster a consistent presence in your life. You soon learn that there are innumerable objects, institutions, and people in need of ending. And the Beast of Winter does not hesitate in tasking you with ensuring those conclusions. Word spreads of the primal island of Kazuwari, once home to an arena that hosted bloody competitions and fearsome ordeals. Wild tales whisper that the spilled blood attracted a terrible beast of scale and fang that slaughtered those gathered at the island before destroying the great enchanted statue that oversaw the island's trials. Absent its guiding voice, Kazuwari descends into anarchy.
And finish that one.
Released from their bondage to the sightless eye, the Vithrak of the Halls Obscured abandon the Black Isle and resettle in the deepest and darkest recesses of the ruins beneath Nekataka. Sisak and his colony remain secretive and isolated, however, rarely interacting with those kith crawling about in the sunlight above. Slain by your hand, the Titan of Wal poses little further threat to Aora. As the corpse decays, it putrefies into a massive nest of hungry fungal monstrosities. Vessels that anchor off the shores of the Black Isles tend to go missing, only to turn up shipwrecked months or even years later against distant shores. With time, the body collapses upon itself, and the Black Isles finally implode, seeking a living receptacle for the essence contained within the tomes you unearthed in the Halls Obscured. Langgrath devotes herself to study of the Godseed. She occasionally contacts you, usually on Dragonback, to solicit your expertise and advice. Her progress with the ancient Anguithan device remains steady, if excruciatingly slow. Though your adventures alter the destiny of Aora and the balance of power in Deadfire, they also leave a lasting mark on those who travel at your side. Your companions find themselves changed, in ways both big and small. Adair returns to Hisongo, where he reunites with Byrne, the son of his former lover, Elava. Although Byrne regrets not having joined the army of Aethys, he accepts that he tried to go about it the wrong way. Likewise, he comes to idolize his new uncle, who has truly marched in the lighted path. Together they set about bolstering Aethys's following in Deadfire, and prepare for the greater conflict Adair believes is soon to come. Shodi is not a priestess who understands the meaning of subtlety. As such, she makes her girlish crush on Adair painfully obvious from the moment she first sets eyes on the strapping fighter. Early in your travels, Adair appears discomforted by her persistent flirting. He often grimaces when she sidles up to him, and he takes endless pains to keep their conversations terse and to the point. But after a little smoothing on your part to nudge them in the right direction, Adair makes an effort to view Shodi with an open mind. And Shodi begins teasing the veteran fighter in a more companionable and less amorous manner. After saving each other's hides a couple times and sharing more than a few laughs, the two form an easy, and you suspect, lifelong friendship. Seemingly lit with an inner glow, Shodi takes to a new life of mission work with gusto. She still is committed to shepherding souls forgone, but having realigned her goals with that of her fellow Dawn Stars, she now endeavors to help the living as much as the dead. As you travel the Deadfire, you find her sleeping better and laughing more often. When the time comes for her to return to her temple in Negataka, it's with a clear wistfulness and much lip-biting on her part. She leaves you with her sickle and a hastily scrawled note. It reads, "A keepsake from a path once walked. Remember me, Watcher, for I will forever dream of you."
But that's...
Though the two of you no longer travel together, Shodi holds fast to the memory of you in her heart, remaining your fierce and doting girlfriend, faithful even in her absence. You receive a missive for every day apart, though they often arrive in a single bundle some weeks or months past. In them, she writes of how she misses you, how you are like a fire that burns inside her, how one day surely you will be reunited again. Until then, she prays for your safety as she continues to labor in service to Gon. Aloth renews his commitment to destroying the Leaden Key. With the wheel broken, loosening the god's stranglehold on Kith is more urgent than ever. It is a lofty goal, and one he does not expect to finish in his lifetime. But if there's one thing he's learned from the Watcher, it's that a single person can change the world. You let Romaro go, and the former pirate ostensibly set sail for the trade lanes of the Eastern Reach, the Edier Empire, Old Valia, and the Republics. For the remainder of your time together, Seraphin seems, if not exactly happy, at least contented with the outcome of your confrontation with his former mentor at Sayuka. After your encounter with Aethys, the pirate drifts into quiet contemplation. As you sail into your next port, he meets you at the ship's rail. He'll be leaving the gods to you going forward, he tells you, and saving his bullets for those like to die from them. Seraphin parts company with you not long after. Occasionally, in the years that pass, you hear tales of his ship, the Taste of Freedom, and its violent exploits against any and all who would purchase or purvey Kith. The Valian Trading Company is initially furious when they learn that Pallegina had assisted the Watcher in claiming Ukaizo. In the chaotic aftermath, the company takes a more nuanced view of Pallegina's actions. The turmoil in the region allows the well-organized company to seize a number of valuable assets from their competitors. Though Pallegina is not rewarded for her actions, nor is she punished, the Dukes and Songreta agree to forget her support of the Watcher. She is quietly reassigned to duty in the Valian Republics, an order she gladly obeys.
Rude?
Pallegina renews her relationship with Giacomo, corresponding with him regularly, and even meeting with the old Animancer once or twice a year. though she does not understand the intricate details of his research. She reads his letters and responds with great enthusiasm. Her brothers, and even the dukes themselves, note that Palagina's demeanor is always warmer on the days when she receives a letter. Rumors even spread that some of the brothers have seen her smile. Time away from the Navy gives Maya Rua some perspective on how Rawatai conducted the Deadfire occupation. No sooner does she return to active duty than she voices her frustrations over some of the more underhanded tactics she witnessed and carried out in the name of the homeland. Her voice carries all the way to the Ranganui, who reminds his admirals that battles are won by superior tactics, but war is a battle of precedent, and winning is not always a victory. The people listen. Though Maya's covert assignment in the Deadfire is considered a success, few claim knowledge of it or openly congratulate her. She receives no praise beyond knowing glances or the occasional raised tankard from her countrymen. She never responds. She looks forward to seeing her brother again. So does Ashiza. Takehu distances himself from the problems of the Deadfire, giving the tribes a reprieve from godlike omens. Ngati's silence speaks volumes. The Huana grow to rely on each other, paving a new way forward divorced from their traditions. Soon after his departure from Nekataka, sailors report of mountainous water sculptures rising from the open sea, entrancing and salacious. These works are celebrated everywhere, from the brothel to the palace, though the identity of the artist remains an open question. Your farewell is short and cordial. Nothing further needs to be said, and you wish each other well. Takehu does not look back. The sea feels restless in his absence. Your pursuit of Aethys and your journey to Ukaizo signal the end of forces that have shaped the lives of Kith and the course of nations. The cycle of reincarnation has been broken. The storms of Andra's mortar have calmed. Yet each ending promises a new beginning. As the sun rises over Ukaizo, Kith turn their gaze eastward, wondering at what lies beyond, and at the world they will fashion for themselves. As the Watcher of Cadnua and the former Herald of Bareth, you return to your ship and begin the long journey home. You hope for calm weather.
Decent, yeah. That was decent. That confrontation ended not like how I was expecting it to. In all honesty, I'm kind of disappointed. I was really disappointed, actually. Not just kind of, I was really disappointed. Oh, hey, all right, let's just talk to Aethys. Oh. Okay. So here's my thoughts on it. I love the mechanics. I love the DLCs. I love some of the changes they made. But I didn't really like the story. Yeah, it was pretty underwhelming. Yeah, it was very very underwhelming actually. I mean, the lore is great. Yeah, the lore, the mechanics, the changes, the DLCs, except for one DLC, were great. I liked all that. I just didn't like how the story played out. And that just ended up making... It was a bit predictable all the way up to the end. Or not really predictable, or like just very straightforward. It's like, okay, go here. Okay, go here. Okay, go here, talk a little bit. Okay, go here, talk a little bit. Okay, go here. Final confrontation. Yay! Hey, small fight. What? Hey, that... I was like, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed the game. I just didn't really like the story. The DLCs and the mechanics is really all that kept me playing, in all honesty. The DLCs, mechanics, and a bit of the characters. That's really all that kept me going. The story, that was just like, I don't know. That was really awkward. It was really weird. It was really disappointing. Because in all honesty, I was actually completely expecting to fight a god. Fight Aethys. Not just, oh hey, I'm here. Let's talk. Oh, you're still gonna destroy the wheel anyways? Oh, so I wonder if I actually had the ability to actually persuade him from not destroying the wheel. But it just kind of feels like there was no other choice. It's just like, oh, hey, all right, we can talk a little bit. Describe me how you kind of want your ending to be. Kind of. And then I'll destroy the wheel. Oh, well. I don't know. That was... I don't know. I don't know. And it was also very disappointing that the final fight that I had wasn't an epic fight. It was just, okay, your final fight, fight the company of the Deadfire people. What? But why? Why? The fight before that was actually a really good fight. But this fight, it was just like, oh. Oh. Yeah. It was still a good game, but not as epic and cool as I was thinking it was going to be. Like, after I initially ran into the revisiting areas constantly part, my fire for this was really just dying down. And then I played the first DLC, loved it. Continue on a little bit. Oh, we're back to revisiting maps over and over again. Okay, got to the second DLC, instantly disappointed. Couple had some fights, and then fetch quest completed. Oh, you know what? I'm not interested in that. It was already like a bit disappointing just to do a fetch quest, because I really didn't want to help any of the factions because they were all out for themselves. I was like, really? What? You're not gonna actually stand up and help each other? Okay, then I'm just gonna do this on my own. Screw you guys. Turns out that was a bad choice. Okay, so this game, okay, it didn't make any sense for me at the end. It didn't make any sense for me. And there goes my frames. Hold up. Come on, frames. Come back. Come back. Okay, there we go. Even the stream wasn't happy with the ending, or my stream wasn't happy with what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Not even the first. Even the first didn't have as much backtracking. Yeah, there was a lot of backtracking in this. There was a lot of backtracking. The first one actually kept it interesting. Twists and turns. Like, I didn't even need the DLC to enjoy that game. I had a lot of fun in that game. Nope. Game's like, hey, this game's like, nope, hey, you're gonna need to backtrack a lot. And you're gonna need to explore a lot. And you need to do a lot of fetch quests. A lot. What about the story? Oh, it's just straightforward. Okay. All in all, though, I still did enjoy it, just not as much as I was hoping to. So my own personal hype for this game kind of died. It really just died after finding all the backtracking. So, with all my harping and nagging out of the way, initial thoughts, it was okay. It was okay. Slightly disappointing, but it was okay. Still a good playthrough. And still a good run. As for what's going to happen for tomorrow, they went a little too hard with the exploring everything aspect. You know what? Actually, yeah. I completely agree with that. They went a little hard with the exploring. Yeah. Yeah, they went a little hard with the exploring. And there were still areas that were at level 20 that felt like I couldn't beat it. Which is weird. Like that one sunken area. I was like, oh, so I'm not even gonna bother with this. As for everything else, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the mechanics and the lore. I enjoyed the changes, but yeah. Wasn't really happy with the story or all the backtracking or like just a lot of exploring. A little too much exploring, really. So, all right. All that said and done, guys, that was okay. As for what I'm going to be playing tomorrow, I have no idea. I have no idea. There's some games I could play. I could just jump back into Final Fantasy IV and all. I want to finish it, but I just don't feel the urge to jump in it right now. I could play. No, I don't want to play. I do have Zelda, but Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm like, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. Not until I actually get through through some of the other Zeldas. Like the two Zeldas that I really want to play is actually Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess. Those are the two I really want to play. Whatever game I want to play is good with you. Awesome. Glad to hear that. I just need to figure out what the hell I'm gonna play. So I suppose I can go ahead and exit out of this. Oh, but damn. Like another game I could try and play is I could replay Shining Resonance Refrain. I mean, I enjoyed that game when I played it. I was thinking that I had Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Turns out I didn't. It's still in my wish list, but unfortunately I won't be able to buy it or play it. I just want to play more of an action-y game at this point. I was thinking going ahead and jumping in Skyrim a little bit, but if I was gonna do that, I would have to go ahead and start my Elder Scrolls run. Which I do have all the Elder Scrolls, all 5. But it's like I feel like I'm not ready for that. I don't feel like I'm ready for that. I just got to figure out what I want to play. I just got to figure it out. Yeah, like I don't know exactly what I really want to play. Like I don't really want to jump into another CRPG after going almost 300, a good 250 hours total. Was it 250 hours? Because this I played 110 hours and I played this 99 hours, so 200 hours. I played 200 hours of PoE. I don't really feel like jumping into another CRPG. If you understand, if you understand me. I mean, I do have a lot of games, but most of them I don't want to play because I already played them and I don't want to really play them again. Not without a reason to actually play them. Yeah. All the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Apparently I have Elder Scrolls Online. Huh. I didn't realize I had that. But yeah. There's that, chat. There's that. A lot of stuff to look into. A lot of stuff to figure out, think of. Stuff to do. I hope they understand CRPGs can really grind the patience. Yes. Yes. Don't get me wrong, CRPGs are in fact my favorite genre. They are my favorite genre. Yeah, I understood your grind. I just really don't know what I want to play. I'll have to figure that out while I'm figuring things out. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you had yourselves a fantastic time. Sorry for a bit of a disappointing end, I guess. Well, at least I felt like that. I'm not sure about everybody else, but that's kind of how I felt. It was a bit of a disappointing end. It was just it ended decent. It ended okay. So, in the meantime, thank you for watching. I will try and figure something out to play. Keep an eye on my Twitter, guys. I will go ahead and inform you of what I will be playing. Hopefully sometime through the day and not like right before the stream starts, hopefully. But man, guys, I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed enough of it. But thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Zircon. I am a semi-everyday variety streamer. Oh yes! I forgot to announce on stream, there will be a Saturday stream because I will not be doing D&D this weekend. I will be streaming on Saturday from 5 a.m. to 11 or 12, depending on the scenario, how I feel I'm playing the game that I'm playing. We will see. But guys, I'm happy to stream on Saturday again. Though I am kind of disappointed that I won't be doing D&D on Saturday. That's unfortunate. I love D&D so much. But bear with me, guys. I'm figuring out what I'm playing for tomorrow, for until I guess Solasta or the next game comes out. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. So thank you, guys. Hope you had yourselves a fantastic time. And as always, chat, stay active and stay connected. And I hope to see you all next time for whatever the hell I play next. This is Zircon, signing out. Bye, y'all.